There's no doubt about it. When you're 11 years old, secondary school can be a real house of horror, a place of dread, full of strange rooms and intimidating faces. Welcome to Year 7. Do settle down. Of course, the terror of transition is eased by induction days, organised by almost all secondary schools. But should pupils be offered more than a look round and a chat? In this programme, we'll be looking at two projects which are helping to soothe the shock of moving up to the big school. Both involve taking advantage of ICT. At King Edward VII High School in Melton Mowbray, lower year pupils are given rooms away from the main school, and they also have their own wireless network and a dedicated portal.
If you can get the transition right, then any learning loss that typically does happen when students transfer from one key stage to another can be minimised. Students can then embark on key stage 3 with the best possible resources and the best possible attitude to learning and obviously do well from the word go.
At Paisley Catholic College in Cheadle on the Staffordshire moorlands, video conferencing is being developed to reach out to primary schools.
Transition is so important with our Year 6 students, Year 7. To get them off to a good start. But also really it's to make sure that I'm getting the best out of the children from when they first hit their first lesson in IT at Paisley. And IT starts at Year 1, it doesn't start in Year 7. And that's my philosophy behind it, and that's why I'm so interested in transition, I think.
It's nearly 9 o'clock and everyone's on high alert in the ICT department at Paisley College. More than 120 primary pupils are arriving to be taught the same lesson at the same time by the same teacher in 5 different classrooms. But just when they think everything is under control, disaster strikes.
If you can hear me, just put your hands in the air and cheer, please. No? Can you hear me upstairs? No? Carry on with what you were doing until we sort this problem out. 1, 2.
What seems to be the problem?
The audio's gone in the classrooms. So it's the first time it's ever happened in the four years we've run. Pardon? There's nothing in any of the rooms. Nobody's hearing me at all. We'll just go sort the problem out.
A1, B1, B2, B3, C2. Video conferencing is go. At last, in 5 classrooms on 3 floors.
B2, give me a wave in B2. Can you hear me now? Excellent, we're on live. Welcome to Paisley's Learn Remote Day.
With the audio problem identified and fixed, the lesson gets underway. The pupils are being shown how to create a PowerPoint presentation. The subject of the presentation is themselves.
I'm going to insert by going to Picture, and then I'm going to choose from File. And you can see here is a photograph of some people with black faces, one of which is me. That's when I was a coal miner.
Peter is no stranger to transition himself. He's made a dramatic shift from coalboard to whiteboard, having started his working life down a pit.
When the colliery shut in 1993, I thought, what shall I do with my life? And I thought, well, I'll be a teacher. I went to university and got my teaching certificate in mathematics, and I've taught here ever since.
So you made your own quite substantial transition?
Yeah, a very, very different environment. We're in the coal mine compared to working in a school, not least of which is you work with females, which you don't do in a coal mine.
When Peter took over the ICT department, one of his biggest problems was Year 7. Most of the pupils were arriving from 8 primaries in the area, with widely different skill levels in ICT. Peter set about introducing consistency and improving standards.
We were doing things like making sure that we're all using the same scheme of work. We were providing them with the same textbook across the pyramid. It's targeting the teachers and giving them the skills and, more importantly, the confidence to deliver the national curriculum. And the consistency across the pyramid is really come on leaps and bounds. And we can say now, hand on heart, that The general experience, the majority of the children coming to us here from year 6 is reasonably consistent.
Paisley ICT teachers make regular visits to the 8 primaries before bringing all the pupils together for this lesson towards the end of the academic year. It introduces them to Key Stage 3 while acquainting them with the school.
I want you to all look now at the piece of paper that was given out to you earlier on. It was called Using Images. So what you're going to do now is watch a presentation that I'm going to load up on your screens.
What's it like being taught by a teacher who's not in the room?
It's a bit fun and it's a bit weird because you don't actually know if they can hear you or see you.
Are you more tempted to play up?
No.
Do you think you prefer it if the teacher's not in the same room?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you tell me why?
Because you just feel like more able to do stuff.
Makes you feel more responsible because you're on your own?
Yeah. And that the teachers trust you to be on your own in a room.
Break time is reached without any further crisis.
OK, we're going to end the lesson now, so thanks for listening. I'll see you back here at no later, please, than 10:45. So we've got 10 minutes. Off you go.
How's it going, Pete?
Gremlins this morning, one of which was a faulty microphone lead. And then we've got a few stations that are not picking up the RM tutor, which is the software we use to control the stations so that the kids can see the demo from my monitor.
So apart from the mic not working and some of the computers not working, it's going wonderfully.
It's going OK.
There's a change of teacher for the next lesson, which looks at fonts and colours. Does it make you feel nervous, sort of performing in front of 4 classes, 5 classes at once?
No, not at all, because I just sort of almost pretend I'm teaching just to one class. And it's because you don't get the interaction back, it's not stressful, no. Because it's almost just, it's like lecture almost, like in a university, I suppose. You're talking and not much back. Thank you very much. Can we start now then? Thank you.
The presentations the pupils are working on now will be used to introduce themselves to each other when they return next term.
I'm doing my family, my hobbies, my pets and my friends.
Right. Is it useful? Did you know how to do this before?
No.
Is it easy?
Yeah.
Or from school don't have the PowerPoint. These ones do, so it's more interesting on these.
Oh, so this is the first time you've learnt about PowerPoint?
Yeah.
And is it easy?
Yeah, once you get used to it.
Do you find it a bit scary coming to a big school like this?
Yeah, because our school is very small and coming to a big school is quite scary.
What was the scariest thing?
Meeting all the new people and wondering what they were going to be like, the pupils in the school.
Do you think the teachers or the pupils are the scariest? Which ones?
Teachers, probably.
There's a secondary teacher in each of the classrooms to help out, as well as staff from most of the primaries.
It's given the children the opportunity to find out what facilities are here so that when they come down in September it's not a completely alien environment to them. And using the PowerPoint programme that they're using now, we actually as a first primary school haven't got that programme in school to use, so it's given the children an introduction to using that programme as well.
What's more important, that they are learning about ICT or learning about Paisley High School?
I think they're both just as important. I think one to learn about Paisley is because they're going to be coming here for 5 years and it's quite a big step in their lives. But also ICT is an important part of life now. So I think combining the two together is really beneficial for them.
No more time me talking, more time for you now. And you've got 20 minutes to carry on with your presentations, OK? But make sure you can read the information. That's the most important thing.
Lunchtime provides respite for the technical staff, who take to their nerve centre. How are the nerves in the nerve centre?
Today, we get stressful points when we kind of realise that it could be worse and relax and have a laugh about it.
So is this rocket science, or can any school do this?
Any school, I say, that's got the equipment can do it.
The PowerPoint lesson continues in the afternoon with a new face for the camera.
Good afternoon. My name's Mr. Kinsella, and my job today is to teach you about the do's and don'ts of putting your presentations together.
Year 9 pupils are recruited to help out during the day. It's an experience they went through themselves 2 years ago. How did you find it 2 years ago?
It was good because we got to know the school before we came in September, so it kind of broke the scary barrier. It was good.
And what about you?
And you know how to use all the software. It might be different from primary schools.
So when you then returned in September, were you relaxed or were you still worried?
I was more confident than when I first came because I knew where everything was.
Were you really worried when you first came to the school?
I was quite worried when I first came because I haven't got any brothers or sisters who helped me along, so it was really the people who I met in the induction days that helped me, and they helped me when I came to school.
Try not to overpower the slides with too much information, because sometimes busy slides actually confuse the reader.
How's it going? How's the lesson going?
Yeah, it's going absolutely fantastic. The kids are getting a lot out of it, and it's amazing what the kids can actually see with it. It's unbelievable what we can actually do. So I think it's going really well. The kids are enjoying it as well.
How can you tell when you're not in the room?
Well, we can actually see what's going on in the other classrooms. The kids can either wave or they can give some kind of indication on how things are going. So, yeah, it's going all right.
We've only got a small screen.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we
can't really see what they're doing, can we?
No, it's not exactly the same as the classroom interaction that you can get a sense for how the kids are reacting. But yeah, it's as good as we can get at the moment. So.
Painsleigh invites the Year 6 pupils to visit the school over 3 days, with the other 2 devoted to meeting teachers from other departments, without the help of video conferencing. You've been here a few hours now. Are you beginning to relax?
Yeah.
Were you scared at first?
Yeah.
What were you scared of?
I don't know, just getting here and seeing what it was like.
And what was it like?
It was better than I imagined.
What have you enjoyed most?
I really enjoyed making the slides and actually finding out that Paisley is cool.
Are you looking forward to going back to Paisley?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's a really good school. It's got all the good stuff and everything.
What have you discovered about Paisley today?
How to use the different computers to our school and how to create more things on it.
So will you be a bit nervous when you come back in September?
No, because I've been today and yesterday and I know a bit more about it.
We asked Bector to give us their view on the use of video conferencing at Paisley.
We have a school here where they've thought about what transition from Key Stage 2 to 3 is, how they can use technology to help children produce little PowerPoint presentations about themselves, about their interests, who they are, and alongside that learn some ICT skills which they can develop in their primary schools.
Is video conferencing really an effective way of delivering lessons?
Video conferencing has many benefits, as we've seen it used here, whereby a person with a particular skill or resource is providing that skill to a number of venues.
But you're not offering it as a solution to teacher shortages, are you?
No, I wouldn't want to offer it as a shortage solution, but clearly in a situation where a school may want to offer a course where it hasn't got staff, then they could link up with other schools to draw on that expertise.
Paisley's aim is to get video conferencing equipment in all the primaries, so they can deliver more lessons on ICT.
Keep the river flowing. That's what I believe in. I think that year 1 is where we start, and I, as an ICT coordinator in a secondary school, if I want the best results in year 11, 12, 13, I've got to start down in year 1, and I've got to support those colleagues of mine in the primary school to actually bring their IT on and offer them any help and support I can, really.